Hello. This morning I went to the corner. It's Saturday, so they have the farmers market at the corner of 3rd and C. And as I was approaching the corner, there was a gentleman playing a guitar with an amp sitting at the earth bench that was built there last year. And as I started to set up the water bottle in the bag where I usually stand, he asked me if I can go stand at the corner across the street, and I said no. And he, I forget his exact words, he continued to speak on behalf of him wanting me to go elsewhere, and I said no again and asked him when did he get there, and he said, oh, at around 8. And I think it was about 8:30 or 9 at the moment. And I asked him when did he get there, and he said around 8. And I said I got here June 3rd, 2009, being we'll leave that at whatever that is for my own self, replying as such and asking as such. And he started to use explicatives and asked me to go elsewhere again, and I said no. So I went back and stood there and reflected on the fact that what he was asking, I think I asked that question to him as of late, because as of late, I noticed that there are people at the bench who are, in my opinion, using it for their own, in an exploitative manner, whether it be people who are selling things or wanting to engage in ways where the intention of it is to bring awareness to compassion. And I'm coming to realize that those are different intentions on the behalf of those that go to it. There's a variety of intentions of why people go there, and that always I need to respect the free will of myself and others, and at the same time say no when appropriate. And this morning, I believe, was a moment to say no when someone asked me to actually, for the first time in 5 years, asked me to leave a corner where I bring compassion and a loving kindness, peaceful presence for the city. So that's why I said no, and that was the first 10 minutes of the day, which was followed by uh, explaining forgiveness through a personal experience with my own parents to someone who's going through that, parents and siblings, during the passing of my own parents, to someone that I know that is going through a similar experience of, or went through, and is also going through a similar personal experience of his relationship to his siblings and his parents. And also listening to someone speak about the compassion and Islamic faith, and also listening to someone who was speaking about, I forget what she was speaking about. Today, Saturday morning, was very eventful. Had a very, what seemed to be one of those, I call them silent men who are looking to be validated. If you look at a TD Jakes He Motions video, there's a portion of Lost Men, I believe, there's one that came up specifically today to spend a little time at the corner. And what I mean by Lost Men is that these are primarily young men anywhere between ages of 40 to 60 who are looking for validation. That's another story. Check out TG Jake's He Motions on YouTube, and he'll explain it to you. The day was very reflective. I was able to put into practice for myself, because of the things that were happening at the corner, the inner peace, going to compassion, going to forgiveness, going to gratitude. And I will say at the end of the interaction with this gentleman sitting on the earth bench that I was able to say thank you to him, because he showed me a portion of who I am through a relationship. And that's what I believe all things do. We are in constant relation with ourselves, constant relation with what we consider to be an outside world, when in fact the world is so interconnected that it's a challenge to find what does not influence every single other thing when one looks at things as a singularity. Someone asked me today how do I not get depressed with all the interactions of people sharing their energies, and I said the answer is inner peace. Once the inner peace is established, then you can have compassion for someone who's in pain, who has enough pain to use explicatives towards another, dropping the F-bomb here and there when asking me earlier to go and stand elsewhere at the corner, or stand at another corner. The compassion went to forgiveness. Forgiveness of myself initially for approaching him with a less than loving question, which I wanted to prove something. I know I wanted to prove that my longevity there outweighed his few hours there. Recognizing that in myself for that instant, and then moving on to forgiving, being able to go back into that space of inner peace, being able to go through that compassion, be able to go to that forgiveness, and being able to say thank you. To actually say thank you to myself, thank you to the experience, and thank you to the other gentlemen involved. And throughout the day, being able to say thank you, being able to wave to everyone that passed by today, and being able to have an interaction with about 12 to 15 different people today, being able to say hello to about 50 to 60 people verbally, being able to do all that in the span of, I'd say, about 6 hours. And it's 2:20 p.m. at the moment, and there's still a lot of day left to stay centered in inner peace and to express compassion and forgiveness and love in every instant of the day. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be able to do that and to share that with the people here in Davis who know what I do, and anyone that may be coming across this video online. And I will keep this under 10 minutes so I can post it on YouTube. And with that, I will end. Thank you. Thank you.